I'm Art Ekman. For the next half hour, we'll take you inside the world that is Pace Championship Motorsports. We'll go off-roading at the Astrodome in Houston. Check out the up-and-down beginning of the 125 West Supercross Series. And check in on Arena Cross in the South. But first, after winning the title in 1998, Corey Witherill could only watch from behind as Jerry Welchel took the opening win in the Super Modified Buggies division. Counting back to last year, it's been 5 races since Witherill has been atop the podium. Could the defending champ break through? Let's head down to the Dome and find out. Dave Reef has all the details.
Points leader Jerry Welchel got off to a quick start, but not quite fast enough as the defending series champion Corey Witherill grabbed the whole shot. From there, a man on a mission, he began distancing himself from the Astrodome field. Further back, things heated up as Steve Sallenbach tried to take second, but Jerry Welchel slammed the door. More excitement when the number 13 of Brad Key got sloppy in the whoops and decided to slow up just in time to watch the 99 James Laird get up on Key's wheels and down on his own. With little room to pass on the tight track, the 12 competitors would not have many opportunities presented to them over the course of the 12-lap main event. So when Welchel stalls, he almost gives number 19 Jimmy Nichols a great opportunity for second. However, Jerry gets started just in time to maintain his position. Number 1, Corey Witherill would not only lead this group, but do it in dominating fashion. The champ's pace so quick at the checkers, he had lapped all the way up to Benny Perry in 6th place. Witherill is followed across the line by last week's winner, Jerry Welchel. Jimmy Nichols, Steve Sallenbach, and Larry Fondrel round out the top 5 as Witherill dominates out front.
Like I said, you're defending champ, and congratulations, but it's been a long time coming to victory lane.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time in the off-season. We did a lot of stuff to the car, and Doug Ingles and Jim May did a good job in preparing it. We took 2nd place last week, and I can't do this without my sponsors, Goodyear Tires, WSA Healthcare, Toyota. All these people have put a lot of time and a lot of effort in me, so it's good to come out here and win. Like I said, I took 2nd, won championships last year, so I want to win it again. Hopefully become 99 champion.
What do you think of Houston? What do you think of this track? What do you think of the Dome?
This Dome is awesome, man. Last year, I came here, I finished 2nd here, and I said to myself, each race I go to, I got to finish better than I did last time, and that's what I did.
The victory by Corey evens things up in the championship battle. Steve Sallenbach is the nearest threat in 3rd. The Supermods will test the track next at the UTEP Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, coming up February 27th. I'm Dave Reef reporting for Pace Championship Motorsports.
Thanks, Dave. Corey Witherill gets back on his feet with a victory in Houston. Later on, we'll check in on another 98 U.S. off-road champion who's looking for his first victory of 99. And we'll visit the highs and lows of being a championship contender in Supercross. But up next, we'll get down and dirty in northern Florida as the Arena Cross Series hits rounds number 5 and 6 of a scheduled 34-round bout. Don't touch that dial. We've just cranked our engines here on Pace Championship Motorsports.
Watch out! As high-flying monster trucks land in your city, let U.S. Hot Rod shows melt your winter blues. With axle-snapping pro arena trucks, motor-blowing pulleys, side-by-side sand drags, sis-shaking quad wars, smashing and crashing demolition derby, car-crushing monster trucks, heart-stopping thrill, and much, much more. For additional U.S. Hot Rod information, including events, tickets, merchandise, results, fan club, and more, visit us on the web at pacemotorsports.com.
You know, these days, lots of deodorants are talking antibacterial protection. Fact is, every deodorant is antibacterial, so it's not about that at all. It's about whose deodorant lasts longer. High Endurance. Its 24-hour formula evaporates less quickly than the leading stick. Old Spice guarantees it, or they'll buy you a stick of yours. If you want odor protection that really lasts, High Endurance exceeds the need.
$500,000's on the line. The best racers in the world are coming. Now, see it live. The only stadium off-road racing series in the country is coming to a city near you. Don't miss your only chance to witness off-road live and in overdrive. Get your tickets, additional off-road information, and more on the web at pacemotorsports.com. The thrill of your life is now.
No matter where you are these days, it seems people are using 1010-9000, the easy way to find a phone number.
That's because all you do is dial one number, 1010-9000, to get any listing you want.
And it could be any town, anywhere in America.
They'll even dial it for you and not charge anything extra for doing it.
So you don't have to hang up and dial it yourself. That's pretty easy, huh?
You said it.
No, I think we said it together.
Well, obviously you needed some help.
Thanks. 10-10-9000. Directory assistance for everyone in America.
For the first time, the PJ1 National Arena Cross Series headed into uncharted territory, southward. And points leader Heath Voss also gave the fans in Florida and Georgia something new to speculate. Who would be the new series leader after 8 rounds? Voss was not in attendance as the series moved south, therefore opening the door for Cliff Palmer and Buddy Anthonez. But after the 2 weekends, a youngster would step up and prove that he should be considered a championship contender. Without Voss down south, the series regulars figured there's no time like the present to capture the lead in the championship chase. And with valuable points and money at stake, there was sure to be some friction between the competition. Ask number 21 Charlie Bogart and number 39 Jason Thomas, who settled their dispute on the track. Both riders and mechanics got into the brawl, a fight that head honcho of Arena Cross Mike Kidd won't tolerate.
Things like that cannot happen in motorcycle racing. And this is our first time to Jacksonville. We don't want to send the kind of message that we're the WWF. We are Arena Cross. Things do get out of hand, but we're going to try to keep a lid on it.
With the action so tight and competitive, it's easy to see why things get out of hand. Bogart and Thomas found out receiving heavy fines and penalties. These types of altercations will not be allowed on the racing circuit. In the racing department, Jeremy Buell just squeaked out this checkered flag over Buddy Anthonez. Buell was the big winner in Jacksonville with 2 victories. Jeremy jumped highest in the point standings, moving from 8th to 4th. Willow was also a big mover, climbing up 3 spots to 2nd, behind the leader after 6 rounds, Cliff Palmer. As the series headed north to Perry, Georgia, the on-track racing action heated up at the Georgia National Fairgrounds. Greg Rand drew first blood over a weekend that saw 3 different winners. Number 2, Chad Pedersen, was smiling the most with 2 victories. Cliff Palmer also grabbed a checkered flag. Jeff Willow and Buddy Anthonez had an up and down time of it, trading second places. Number 48 Willow on Friday and number 1 Anthonez on Saturday. In the points, the champ Anthonez regains second ahead of Willow in third. Cliff Palmer finds himself in the lead with 4 victories. The youngster Jeff Willow is very much in contention for the title as the PJ1 National Arena Cross Series sits westward tonight and tomorrow in the city of the Super Bowl champions. Next weekend, it'll be at the Arco Arena in Sacramento, California. If you can't check out the action live and in person, then be sure to keep it here as we recap the entire season on Pace Championship Motorsports. Joe Price took the opening round of the Stadium Light Series by storm. A tough back-and-forth battle with Jeff Meyer ended in a Price runaway. Could anyone stop the Price freight train in the Lone Star State? Our Dave Reef reports.
Number 90, Jeff Meyer, was ready to get things underway as the stadium lights took off in the Astrodome. The number 2 machine of Richard Kosar was first off the line for the easy hole shot, but in the first turn it was Joe Price gaining ground, passing Kosar for the lead as the number 3 machine of Paul Sutton got hung up early. Kosar stuck close to the leader over the tabletop, banging tires with Price, who was able to hold on to the lead with the number 13 Douglas Goodnow not far behind in third. Back in the pack, it was Sutton and number 69 Joseph Buenavac battling for 4th, with Sutton getting the edge in the turn. Joe Price continued to widen his lead in the number 1 buggy, looking for back-to-back wins after taking round 1 in St. Louis. The battle for second was heating up as Goodnow relentlessly pursued Kosar in the number 2 buggy. Neither driver let up on the bumpy course as the rivaling duo cruised virtually axle to axle over the tabletop jump. Then in the corner, it was Kosar taking it wide and Goodnow taking advantage, moving into second. The whoop section certainly gave a beating to the vehicles as they bounced their way through, with Goodnow barely hanging on to maintain second place as the number 2 Kosar kept things under control to continue his pursuit. Meanwhile, Price was having a flawless run in first as he pushed the Triple E vehicle to the limit. Paul Sutton remained in 4th despite an unexpected donut in the final lap, which he didn't seem to mind. It was Joe Price and the number 1 machine easily taking the win in round 2 of the Stadium Lights in Houston. Douglas Goodnow held on to second, and Richard Kosar drove his Honda to a 3rd place finish ahead of Sutton and Buenavac.
Once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I lost my brake somewhere along there, but we had a good time. Great race. Appreciate all the fans coming out. Not sure how I won that one, but I appreciate it.
The Parker, Arizona native remains in the points lead with 240 ahead of Meyer and Sutton. Be sure to catch Price in all the off-road action in Irving, Texas on March 6th.
Joe Price starts out the defense of his 98 points title with back-to-back victories. When we come back, we'll check on another competitor who started out the year right, Pro Quad's number 3 Tim Farr. But as we leave you, let's take a look at the U.S. Hot Rod Association event calendar featuring monster truck racing and a lot more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Ron John Surf Shop, one of a kind, Cocoa Beach, open 24 hours every day.
Bill Ray Nissan's huge year-end Maxima closeout far exceeded our expectations. We've purchased an additional 44 1999 Nissan Maxima SEs for only $19,995. All vehicles are equipped with AC, power windows and locks, sunroof, cruise, tilt, alloy wheels, and rear spoiler for only $19,995. Save over $6,500 off factory sticker. New 1999 SE Maximas, loaded not stripped, for only $19,995. And only at Bill Ray Nissan, Longwood.
Are how you measure greatness in sports and sportscasting.
For Kenny Mayne, I'm Dan Patrick. Good night.
All right, folks, it's official. Dan's 2,000th shot.
It was a big night. Everybody wanted a piece of history. I'll remember where I was when Dan hit 2,000. Everybody will.
Welcome back, everyone. The Pro Quad action was heating up in Houston, and all eyes were on the number 3 quad, driven by points leader Tim Farr. We caught up with the young rider at the pit party, along with friend and points rival number 4, Jeremy Schell. Between autograph signings and photo opportunities, we asked the competitors about the pressures of the points race and their views on the off-road series.
It was a young rider from Canal Fulton, Ohio, fighting off the competition in St. Louis to win round 1 in the Pro Quad Series. That young man was number 3, Tim Farr. Always a fierce competitor, the Laker rider knows all too well that a mere 2 points distance himself from second place. But he's not letting the pressure get to him as he prepares for round 2 in Houston.
I feel pretty good. You know, the points are real close, but, you know, this is the rough track, and I usually excel at the rough track, so I'm not worried at all.
The U.S. Off-Road Championship Series has provided a significant boost to the careers of these young riders, and you can bet they're excited to be racing in professional stadium across the U.S. and beyond.
Oh, yeah, it's great because usually we ride the outdoor nationals, and we don't have too many spectators at the outdoors, so we come here, and it's just totally awesome.
Yeah, it's great to race in front of a lot of people, so we love it.
The riders have adapted well to the indoor stadium tracks, finding their racing style better suited to the intricate demands of the course.
I enjoy the technical tracks. You know, that's more my style than wide open. I'm more of a technical rider.
And I feel like I am also. I really like the big jumps, you know, the rough timing whoops and stuff.
Despite the intense competitive nature of the sport, there's a camaraderie amongst the riders that tends to create almost a sibling-like rivalry.
We've been great friends for years now, and we ride together, you know, we go out and do things together, so, you know, we're just real good friends.
I'm anxious to ride on track. I'm really wanting to beat Tim tonight. It'd be a great time. I hope the fans enjoy it.
I'm going to win tonight.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'll win.
No doubt there's a friendly rivalry going on between those two lads. Let's take it down to Houston to find out just who was going to take the Pro Quad's victory in a charged-up Astrodome. Dave Reef reports.
Hot off a victory from round 1 in St. Louis, number 3 Tim Farr was hungry for a repeat. But the intensity in 98 champion Mark Earhart's eyes said it all. He wasn't about to let this one go. This was going to be a war. Off the start, Earhart appeared to have the whole shot sealed, but from the outside lane, it was number 4, Jeremy the Hick Shell, charging hard on the pack. He gained ground on the number 1 rider in the first turn and was able to pass Earhart on the tabletop as number 11, Steve Owens from Wildomar, California, took a nasty tumble. He'd be a little shaken, but otherwise okay. Shell was able to maintain a close lead over Earhart as the riders flew over Pace Peak. Then in the corner, number 3, Tim Farr got bumped, and that cost him plenty as the current points leader scrambled to refire his squad and get back into competition. Then it was the 99, Byron Seed, planting himself in the Texas soil as his Lone Star quad tumbled on the ramp. The pack pursued on the cluttered course with number 11, Steve Owens, able to recover from his fall and jump back in the race. Up in front, number 4, Shell continued to hang on to his lead with Earhart closing in on the second to last lap. Number 38, Jeremiah Jones, currently second in the points race, was looking for the points lead as he climbed his way into third place. Last lap, Earhart and Shell even over the tabletop, and Earhart wanted the pass. He came close in the corner, but Shell was not about to let up. The fatigued rider could taste his first Pro Quads victory, and he wanted every bite. It was a nail-biter to the finish, though, as Jeremy, the hit Shell from Hornersville, Missouri, took home his first victory in the Pro Quads class. Earhart put up a great battle in second, ahead of Jones, Ellis, and Bird.
I don't even know where Hornersville, Missouri is, but the heck you made it, man.
It's about time. I've been looking for this for a year. I need it.
You got the goal right from the gun. You had the lead, but boy, was Earhart on your tail the last 4 laps.
I was starting to really get fatigued, and I'll be ready for a little training when I get done tonight.
Jeremiah Jones' third place finish puts him ahead in the points with a slight lead over Shell and Bird. The Pro Quad competition continues at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan on March 13th.
The series shifts northward for round 3 when we visit Viking territory in a frigid Minnesota. Stick around, because when we come back, we're going out west to check in on a very interesting beginning to the 125 West Supercross Series. But before we do, let's have a look at where the pros in the Ultracross circuit will be going to in the coming weeks.
Gordon, right?
Yes. Have you ever worked with anything high-tech?
No.
Thank you for the resume.
But we're looking for someone with
more education.
Some experience.
Good luck to you.
What you don't know can hurt you. So let ITT Tech help. Call 1-800-942-0099 for an informative brochure. That's 1-800-942-0099.
Next.
College players today, they're getting better. Now that's true. They're tougher and quicker and smarter.
Now what are we gonna do?
I just wish they would stay in college.
For a long time.
Yeah, like get a master's degree.
Or go to law school.
Andrea Garner and the Lady Lions take on Marita Porter and the Buckeyes in a Big Ten battle. Sunday at 3:30 on ESPN2.
Med school will be better. 6 years.
Welcome back to Pace Championship Motorsports. As the stars of Supercross get set for the Atlanta round of the season, the West 125 riders await the second half of their run at the championship. Many have had the opportunity to taste the thrill of victory and the bitterness of defeat. As for Casey Johnson and Nathan Ramsey, the taste has been bittersweet. Saturday, January 9th, the beginning of a new season and a fresh start for every competitor. And as the 125 West riders took the gate for the first main event of 1999, we were assured of a first-time winner. On this night, it would be Casey Johnson's turn to taste sweet success. Johnson, after a poor start, turned on the afterburners to catch up to teammate Casey Lytle. 1 lap to go to find out who would be victorious for the first time. Lytle having some problems. Casey catching up. The white flag is out. We've got a 1-2 battle on the last lap. Casey Johnson with a little rub on his teammate. What a ride for Casey Johnson. Johnson would go on to take the checkers and get Supercross win #1 of his young career.
I had the jitters going into the first race, you know. I knew there was going to be a lot of tough people and a lot of people going fast. But I mean, I just relaxed and rode my own race, and everything worked out good.
Johnson, who became the highest paid 125 participant on the circuit, would duplicate his feat in round 2, only this time with a little more authority. As Casey swooned in round 1, Nathan Ramsey, number 25, had a disappointing beginning, finishing in 18th place due to a broken chain. He followed that up with a 3rd in San Diego. That victory was still eluding him. Enter round 3 in Phoenix as Ramsey, riding with a little more confidence, seemed to figure out the pieces of the puzzle. And his counterpart, Casey Johnson, fell victim to bad luck, injuring his knee earlier in the week. In the main, Ramsey would jump to a quick early lead and keep an eye on the banged-up Johnson as he tried to rally from behind. And look at that! Casey Johnson really putting the heat to Nathan Ramsey. Boy, if he wins this one, he will really deserve it. Ramsey just edges out in front.
That was a good gamble right there. Go to the end.
The checkers for Nathan Ramsey.
I can't even describe, how it felt. It was incredible. It's something I've been working for years and years, and, each year it seemed like I got a little closer, and then I might take a step back or something at a race or something, and it just, I was so happy last weekend. I didn't know what to do. I think I celebrated too long, and I missed my victory lap, but that's all right. I was happy. My mechanic, he was jumping around. My fiance, she ran out on the field. It was amazing.
Nathan would get another victory in Seattle to even things up with number 16, Johnson. Saturday, February 6th, the stage was set to see who would get the advantage in the win column. Casey Johnson returned to the location of his first career victory. However, tonight, the series leader would once again fall victim to Lady Luck. A bite falling from the sky lands on him, breaking an arm. With Johnson out until probably Las Vegas, Nathan Ramsey would take the momentum he had generated and grab his third consecutive victory, closing the gap in the points race. Ramsey leapfrogs Johnson into second place right behind Casey Lytle. Lytle finds himself in the lead, but by just 2 points. Michael Brandis and Isaiah Johnson rounding out the top 5. You can see Supercross live this Saturday night in Atlanta at the Georgia Dome. Check it out. Nathan Ramsey will be watching the next couple of weeks as the East Riders battle it out for their own title. But the hottest 125 West rider in the country will be back in action in Dallas on the 27th of February. So if you get a chance, check out the action in the upcoming weeks. The Houston crowd was hungry for full contact racing, and that's just what they got as the Stadium Sport Trucks banged it up in the Astrodome in round 2 of the U.S. Off-Road Championship Series. Number 47, Jason Crowder, was looking to maintain his position in the points lead, but he knew it was going to be a long and bumpy ride to the finish line. Let's go to Dave Reef now for the details.
Jerry Welchel was ready to get things rolling after a restart in the Stadium Sport Trucks. The Astrodome crowd came alive as round 1 winner Jason Crowder in the 47 Ford got the jump at the line with the number 4 Randy Eller and the number 12 of Welchel close on his trail. Crowder and Eller were door-to-door at the first tabletop, setting up an intense competition that would endure throughout most of the race. Welchel was bumped by the number 20 of Walden in the turn, sending him rolling to the barriers and moving the number 5 machine of Chris Brand into third. Eller and Crowder would swap the lead several times as they banged their way through the brutal course, with both trucks taking a pounding in the battle for first. Welchel wasted no time as he refired his vehicle behind number 17, Stacy Pike. Eller was able to lengthen his lead on Crowder, but the whoop section continued to beat up on the number 4 truck from Taylorville, Illinois. Then it was the number 1 of Larry Beyer adding to the carnage with a rollover in the corner as the number 12 of Welchel snuck by and passed the wreckage unscathed. Up in front, the battered number 4 truck finally stalled out as the 47 of Jason Crowder took over first place, going big over the jump. Bob Lee Bayer dropped a few positions when he took the turn wide and met face-to-face with a barrier wall. Meanwhile, Crowder's lead quickly dwindled as number 17, Stacy Pike, moved in to battle the 47 for the top spot, taking the pass off the tabletop. Pike ran hard with 2 laps to go, and Crowder and Brandon pursued. Once again, the devastating whoops gave the leader a pounding, but he was able to keep his vehicle in control. In the final turn, Crowder made one last attempt to pass, but Pike wasn't giving in. Crowder rolled over, and the number 17 of Stacy Pike was first across the finish line in an unbelievable race. But when the dust settled, Pike would be penalized for passing twice under a yellow caution flag, dropping him 2 positions, giving the victory to a very consistent Chris Brand. J.J. Walden moved into second. Pike dropped to third, followed by Bayer and Welchel. Crowder remains in the points lead after 2 rounds with 233. Welchel and Brand are close behind, even at 229. Be sure to catch the Stadium Sport Trucks and the rest of the off-road excitement in Vancouver, British Columbia, March 20th. Reporting for Pace Championship Motorsports, I'm Dave Reed.
Congratulations to Chris Brand on his first victory of the season and a tough break for Pike. When we come back, we'll put the finishing touches on the 2nd edition of Pace Championship Motorsports, so keep it here.
$500,000's on the line. The best racers in the world are coming. Now, see it live. The only stadium off-road racing series in the country is coming to a city near you. Don't miss your only chance to witness off-road live and in overdrive. Get your tickets, additional off-road information, and more on the web at pacemotorsports.com. The thrill of your life is now.
The human cannonball!
Eat less fat. Subway's great tasting freshly made tuna sub has 40% less fat than McDonald's filet of fish. Subway, the way a sandwich should be.
Duke's Elton Brand
Garland is the king of the paint. Clemson's Terrell McIntyre is the prince of the perimeter. It's an inside-outside chess match in the ACC. Clemson Duke, tomorrow at 1 on ESPN2.
Welcome back to Pace Championship Motorsports. We've crowned 4 winners in the U.S. Off-Road Championship Series so far on this evening's show. That leaves just one left, the Thunder Bike Final. The main event would come down to 2 competitors, a West Coast native and a local Texan. Dave Reef has the story.
Your round 1 winner,
Todd Downs, didn't even bother taking his goggles off as he had to qualify for the main event through the last chance qualifier.
As the green flag dropped, it was the number 15 machine of Chris Knox with the hole shot. However, before the blink of an eye, it was the number 1 bike of Scott Myers cutting to the inside, taking the early lead. Knox wouldn't stay behind the leader long, though, as he would get knocked out of second by the 17 of Dean Lane and the number 22 of David Shade. Shade would win the battle for second behind the California resident, Scott Meyer. The Yamaha duo put on quite a show for the Astrodome crowd. Shade was quicker than Meyer, but could not get around the number 1 bike. However, a tired Scott Meyer would eventually succumb to the pressure and fall behind the new front man, David Shade. The number 22 rider quickly put Meyer out of mind and out of sight in a distant second. Meanwhile, series points leader Todd Downs would charge, but have to settle for 3rd place. The local Texan, Shade, gets his first victory of the season. The podium of Shade, Meyer, and Downs is followed by Dean Lane in 4th and Chris Ridgway in 5th. Heading to victory lane, Shade gave the locals something to cheer about.
We got a real happy Dave Shade down here. I told you the hot dog, I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, I just want to thank God for giving us the chance to do this, and I'd like to thank White Brothers for giving us all the support. I'd like to thank John Mitchell, North Texas Yamaha, One Industries, and my dad.
Well, what do you think about Houston? They were acting like this. You were in your hometown right here.
Oh, yeah, this is my hometown. There's nothing like doing this in front of you guys.
There you go, Houston, one of your own, Dave Shade.
Fellow Texan Todd Downs leads the points race. However, the first 4 positions are separated by only 8 points, so it's still anybody's title. The Thunder Bikes thunder on at the Kingdome in Seattle, March 27th. We'll see you there. For Pace Championship Motorsports, I'm Dave Reef.
Thanks, Dave. Fans in the Lone Star State will have 2 more opportunities to check out the U.S. Off-Road Championship Series as they visit El Paso and Irving in the coming weeks. So get off that couch and go enjoy racing action all across the country. I'm afraid time has run out for today's show, but be sure to join us as we take a closer look at the Off-Road Series. They head north to Minnesota. But that's not all. We've got monster truck racing and a whole lot more. Tune in this coming Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's Wednesday, February 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. For Dave Reef and all of us here, I'm Art Ekman. So long, everybody. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of Go Network. Go.com.